Hello and welcome back to Rage Gaming. My name is Hollow and today we're talking more Sunbreak Update 1 because as it turns out, Apex monsters are back in Master Rank. Yes, you can find and hunt the Apex Master Rank versions of the originals, but frankly, they're quite weird. They're still rewarding the original stuff you would get in higher rank. They haven't really seen any changes to the mechanics, and they're appearing in your investigations as secondary monsters to fight, not like the main target or an afflicted version of an Apex. To say the least, Master Rank Apex monsters, it's weird, but let's talk about it. So, as I just said, you can find in the new Anomaly research, the Anomaly investigations, at a certain level bracket, you're going to start seeing Apex monsters like Apex Arzuros here. The first time I found one was here at level 49 as a secondary target of a triple monster hunt. Second to that, at level 62, we had another Apex Arzuros, which was the second monster of the hunt again. And thirdly, once again, the second monster in a list of 3 at level 63. But this isn't the only Apex monster you can hunt. For example, Josh found Apex Rathian in the 70+ bracket. Now we're still testing and looking, but it really doesn't seem like there's much more than that, and that makes sense because the current roster of afflicted monsters that have just been released are like just the level above Apex Rathian. So I guess they're staggering those out, much like how they're staggered out the afflicted monsters and what we're seeing in Update 1 compared to the original. So they're never the main target, they're always just a bonus target in a multi-stage hunt, only found in the investigations, and it doesn't appear to be that there's any afflicted versions of these Apex monsters or that they've been changed in any reasonable way like many of the Master Rank monsters we see. Take any high rank monster and put it in Master Rank, it's got new moves. However, with Apex monsters, that doesn't seem to be the case. So that's really disappointing to me and confusing. Apex monsters in general were a bit of a letdown to me personally. I found them very enjoyable mechanically and as a concept they're really cool, especially when they finally let us actually hunt them instead of having to do the rampage. But the rewards were just shockingly bad. No weapons or anything tied to them, no armor sets or new skills tied to them. They felt very unfinished to me, like a simpler version of previous, say, Deviants. They're cool to have, I really do like them, I'm glad they're in the game. It just feels like they're missing the home run they really should be. Like I said, when you hunt these monsters, you're going to get extra rewards like you would fighting any extra monsters in any of these investigations. But it's the old parts, like back in high rank. It feels so unfinished and random, like it was accidentally put in or something. I would say it's logical that they'll slowly roll them out, like I said, with the afflicted options, with just Apex Arzuros showing up from levels 50+ in your investigations, and then Apex Rathian at 70+. It's far and few between, isn't it? So, yeah. Why are they back? It's nice to have them as more interesting monsters with different movesets. They are certainly slightly more unique versions of the original monster, and it is good to have. Rather than waste them, they should be included. They should be in Sunbreak. They should be in Master Rank, however that is. And this is part of the Anomaly investigations, you know, the afflicted monsters. And they have nothing to do with that, clearly, because they don't drop anything of it, and none of them are afflicted. You could easily work them in somehow, but it just feels like they haven't even attempted that. They don't drop any loot that leads again to new weapons, new armor, or skills. They don't drop any relevant loot to afflicted hunts and investigations. Their rewards are nothing to do with curious crafting, the current and relevant endgame system. They serve essentially no purpose other than being an extra target now and then as a secondary target in some multi-hunts in specifically Anomaly investigations. And all it really does is remind me how I found Apex monsters a little bit disappointing, and this is more confusing than that. Now, we have been told that in future updates, Anomaly investigations will see more depth. We can expect a bigger roster of monsters in the investigations, and I'm sure they're going to continue to increase the afflicted roster through this like they just did. Therefore, I would also expect them to increase the roster of Apex monsters we'll find in these lists as well. But I would love to see, maybe as part of the final update, like Update 3, or maybe later in the future, we actually see afflicted versions of Apex, and maybe they actually do something with it that is relevant to the current endgame. Parts or materials that actually matter, used in crafting something, enhancing something. I still know it's a pipe dream to hope for Apex weapons or Apex like armor, but it's on the table. It's possible they could do it if they're going to bring them back, and that would be really cool. But at very least, they should make them relevant in some way to what we're doing. But yeah, that's my little talk on Apex monsters in Master Rank. I know, it's strange. A weird reintroduction without any ceremony. The fact that they're rewarding the high rank materials is insane to me, and they serve no purpose tied to what we're currently doing in the end game. They feel very tacked on, almost random, almost like it accidentally happened. There's still so much potential with them to do something, so I really hope that they use this opportunity a second go around, maybe to do that in an update. What do you think they're going to do with them, if anything? But for now, that's the video on my little talk about Apex monsters in Master Rank. Strange and confusing, to say the least. But for now, I've been Hollow, you've been you. Thanks for watching, we'll see you next time.
Josh, Cotton, and Hollow with the videos, dropping the humor like a hammer on your tippy toes, bringing entertainment on a daily arrangement to take our insanity and turn it into entertainment. Yes, I said entertainment twice, to reiterate that it is nice to look into your faces on a mostly daily basis when you let us in your homes to make the whole world a stage. Goodbye.